How you doing, guys? Uh, just hopping in here for a quick broadcast on the range. Not been swinging a bit weird, actually, to be honest, lately, and just kind of gonna kill a few minutes on the range. I'm just gonna hit a few balls and try and make sure that at least our swing plane stays within the cone. Just hitting a couple of balls at the moment, just trying to make sure that everything is okay with the swing. Um, Played around earlier actually, around Royal Troon actually, because we're not allowed practice. Well, at least myself, Lee, and Phil aren't allowed practice on Royal Birkdale, just due to it being a defend your turf. So Tim's the only one that actually gets to play there. Far too serious. Oh man, look, I'll be 100% honest with you. My swing in Royal Troon was all over the shop. I was hitting slices out of the cone, hooks out of the cone. My putting and my iron play was absolutely phenomenal, but off the tee, um, just really wasn't that good. So we're just doing a little bit of a warm up here on the range. So at least there seems to be some bit of consistency so far with little fades off the tee, which is perfect. At least if I can focus in on hitting those um, little fades, then at least I can go into the round with a bit of confidence that that's the kind of shot I'm going to be hitting. Earlier, I was just hitting everything left and hitting everything right. Managed to shoot 10 under par though, played very, very well. A couple of bogeys, I think I had two bogeys in the round. Yeah, we're on the range. Have to be on the range. There's a lot of stake here, guys. I mean, obviously you're not taking it serious enough. I mean, evidently it's just me being a little bit too serious here. Maybe am I over the top, or are you just not with it? I'm not really sure. I'm gonna leave that one up to you. Oh, look at those lovely four-leaf clovers. Come on, you boys and grain. Come on, you boys and grain. Do, do, do. Right, just gonna hit a couple of lovely little two irons. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to hit a few of these. Yeah, conditions are apparently tough. I've done it a little different this week and decided not to actually bother watching anyone's round so far. So in terms of what everyone scored, I'm not sure. Based on the comments, it seems like Phil is the one who's leading at the moment. Um, don't particularly want to know the score, so if you actually know it, don't post them in. I'm going to try and stay in the dark this time. Um, Tim, Tim is too casual. Uh, yeah, that's it. Like I'm here to win. I'm not here for second place at all. I want to see the same kind of enthusiasm from next week on, from the rest of you. But yeah, so I haven't watched any of the videos so far. So all I do know is that the winds are tough in the front nine. Phil mentioned that. So essentially, if we can get now the way I'm looking at it is for Birkdale and um, the conditions that are there. I mean, birdies are tough to come by, so um, need to be on the money in the front nine. Maybe get to 4 or 5 under through 9 holes. I think we could be doing really, really well from there. And if we can do that, then when the conditions get a bit, I'm going to be a fucking beast. I hope so. I hope so. You've had 3 good weeks so far. From what well, again, this week I'm assuming I haven't seen it yet, but the first 2 weeks for sure. Some cracking scores, and definitely needed my absolute best last week to beat you. So I'm looking forward to you setting the mark again next week, wherever it is that we're playing. Uh, I had strong winds. Yeah, that seems to be what Phil was saying. In the society was everyone's going to have those strong winds in the front nine and slightly easier in the back. But one thing I know about the back nine in Birkdale is that I think the first four holes there are actually really tough. They're tough to get birdies. I mean, if you get them, doing absolutely fantastic. And the course kind of opens up around 14. I think you've got, is it 14 is a par 3? So you've 14, 15 is the par 5, 16 par 4, 17 is a par 5, and then 18 is the par 4. I think that's how it finishes. I could be wrong here. But that's so there's plenty of opportunities on the way in, that's for sure. And okay, so we seem to be swinging well. Tiny little fades. Yeah, 15, 17 are par 5s. And as far as I'm aware, 15 plays slightly longer than 17. 17 has that little dog. Like, for anyone that remembers the year Harrington won at the British Open that year in Birkdale, I can't remember the year. Maybe 2008. I could be wrong. And he just hit an absolute peach of a 5 foot into that 17th, and which definitely took him on the way. So yeah, I think we're hitting it pretty well right now. I only decided to come onto the live stream here just to have I suppose just have a quick chat with you all, because I tend to lose my focus an awful lot when I live stream my rounds. Definitely don't score as well as I do. I tend to focus more on reading the comments and having the crack than actually playing my golf. So I'm just gonna do a bit of warm up, have a bit of a chat with you, and like, there we go now. There's that kind of swing that we had earlier, way out of the right hand side of the cone. So I'm just gonna go through the process, hit maybe 10, 20 good shots in a row, and then I'm going to bail and I'm going to record the round. Keep pushing it wide. Cheers, Tim. Cheers, Tim. I thought that I thought good sportsmanship was encouraged here. Maybe not. Okay, so we're hitting it pretty well. Okay, we're gonna go 2 more drivers. Eric, I'll caddy for you. Sound, buddy, sound. We'll hop into a party chat there, and you can give me some yardages. You don't need a driver. Do you want me to win? Are you on Phil's side this week? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to hop into the round. Will I live stream? Will I record? Will I live stream? Will I record? Do. Come on, stream. Will we stream? Will we stream? Will we stream? Right, so Tim's all for the stream. Is there anyone else for the stream? Geez, those lines are looking way too straight there. There's slight variation in them, of course, but we all vote stream. Okay, we'll go with the stream so for the crack. What I'm going to do though is then you won't be able to watch my video. It's alright, I won't be watching the video anyway. Not if I don't want bogeys anyway. But I'm bum. He won't like that. Okay, just have a couple of messages here coming across on PSN, so I'm gonna just quickly pop across there. Do. Sorry about that, folks. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the common thread there down off the right hand side. Hopefully it'll allow me to without having to restart this video. Tim, do you know any of the scores? No, I don't know any of the scores right now. I going based on the comments that have come through, and that is pretty much that I have a feeling that Phil's leading. Possibly. Don't know, don't want to know. I'm sure I'm going to find out after about 9 holes anyway what the score to beat is. I'm aiming for 9 or 10 under par, I think will be good. I don't think it'll win. But that's kind of all week I've kind of been saying it in a couple of streams and chatting to the lads that that's kind of the target. You need to at least reach for that, and anything that comes extra then is just a massive bonus. Okay, let's see if we can get that common thread gone. So what I'm going to do is, the reason why I'm going to get rid of that common thread is that I'm not really going to be focusing on the chat that's there. I will try and catch up with it every now and again, but essentially the whole point is just to walk through the round with me and have the crack, and I'll do my best to keep an eye on it, but I make no promises on that at all. Okay, so I think we've just gotten rid of that there, which is perfect. Okay, so let's quit back out to the home screen. Begin round 1. Okay, and begin round. Alright guys, so for anyone who's I suppose new to the stream or not entirely sure what exactly this is or what's going on, basically what it is it's the Four Nations event. So it's Ireland versus England versus Scotland versus Wales. Myself representing Ireland and the boys in green. Then we've got Lee Walker, which is early 1981, representing the Scottish boys up north. Then we have Tim Wilson UK representing England, and Enforcer 3891, which is Phil Nash representing Wales. So it's so far at the moment it's Ireland 1, Scotland 1, and the other two boys are on 0 at the moment. We've just played 2 events. This is our third. Our first Defend Your Turf event of the season. So the Defend Your Turf is basically where you get to pick a course from your nation, and from there you're allowed to practice on it. So Tim would have been able to practice on Royal Birkdale, whereas myself, Phil and Lee would have had to just make do with make do with not being, oh there's a ghost there, I'm going to get rid of that. Would have had to make do with not practicing this week. So for me personally, I think the pressure's off me because I haven't practiced it this week. Tim has practiced it quite a bit, so the pressure would have been more on him to perform than us. this week. I don't know whether they've whether it's played out that way or whether they've looked at it that way. But for me personally, anyway, the pressure's off me, so I'm just out to have a bit of crack and see what happens. So here we are in the first hole. We're going to get the round underway. Nice downwind there, about 8 miles an hour. I'm thinking if we just take it down the left-hand side. Nice opening tee shot, should kick out there nicely into the fairway. Perfect, just what we're looking for. Okay, so bang on 130 yards out. It's a tough pin position there. Okay, so what we're going to do is just give ourselves enough room at least to move that ball in. Maybe just touch a loft on it. Come on, move. Sit, sit, sit. Ooh, we were a bit long with that. Ooh, tricky little putt to start with. Okay. Oh, and in she goes. Badly needed that. Needed to make sure we definitely got off to a decent start. So 1 under par, we'll take that. Sorry, there was a couple of things there in the middle of the screen I had to get rid of, just to make reading the lines a bit easier. Okay, so back into the teeth of the wind here again. On the second hole, another decent drive down the middle. Don't need to worry too much about that. I'm hoping we should leave ourselves pretty decent distance out. Yeah, 125 yards. Definitely allows us to, I suppose we can get a little bit more aggressive with this wedge. A little slope there off the right hand side, but I think that wind is going to help it too. Okay, so 5 yards up 5 feet, paying about 127 into the breeze. Okay, is that wind going to move it? Probably. So let's just give it a whack. A little big. Sit, 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 sit. Okay, not bad. Nice downhill putt. Giving ourselves 2 of these to start with, so just make sure we don't get a bit overzealous here. Oh, and in she goes. 2 under through 2. Nice quick start there. So, wow, that's a great score there by Tim. I'm confused. Tim seemed a bit downtrodden by his downtrodden. What is that, Shakespeare? Who says that? He seemed a bit disappointed with his round earlier, but I'm not so sure now. 8 under through 12. Geez, that's going to be tough to beat. Oh, a little bit of a fast, but I think we're going to get away with that one. Okay, how much do we really want to take off this now is the next thing. 132 yards to the pin. It's up 6 feet, so it's playing about 134. And we don't want to leave it short of that slope. If anything, actually, a little bit to the left of the flag isn't a bad place to go here. Okay. Just trying to get the eye for this now. Okay, hopefully that's the number. That's where we wanted it to land anyway. If it can sit there. Okay, decent place. Gives ourselves a nice handy putt, so we worked that out perfectly. Tiny subtle break there, just enough to warrant some attention. Straight in the hole, 3 under through 3. Very, very hot start there. So I can see there's a couple of comments coming in there. I have the comment feed turned off there. I am not giving as much focus here to the chat as much. But what I'll do is, in through 9 holes there, I'll go back and I'll take a look at the comments and see what's going on there. But we're going to power ahead for now anyway, and see how things go. But so far anyway, we've had a really, really good start in some, I suppose, tough winds to try and figure out in terms of how they're going to actually affect the ball. So we've got, what's it, 208 down, so that's about, taking about 7 yards off that, so 201. Don't look at the comments. Yeah, I have no intention of looking at the comments, buddy. Not at the moment anyway. So it's 208 down 20 feet. So it's about 7 yards. So it's playing about 201. We're going to have that wind off the left-hand side there as well. How much is that wind going to affect now? Is the next thing is 16 miles an hour. It's gone down to 14 now, but it's going to leave that out there and try and give ourselves a decent shot. Wow, that moved right, I should say. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Wow. Okay, still had too much club in that. Okay, 32 feet away. It's all about just being a bit smart with this now and getting this one just up there next to the hole, and we'll take it from there. Okay, we're gonna go with that. Get in. Oh, what a putt. Oh, yeah. What a putt. Okay, the 5th hole. This is one that 345 yards, and you're like, straight away you're seeing, right, there's a lake there, but I can take it over that, no problem. Yeah, we're not going to be doing that today, not with that wind. But it always tends to catch me out a little bit. Not that it catches me out, but I just I don't behave well on this hole whatsoever, and tend to put myself in some dodgy positions here. So what I'm going to do is just hit that one roughly there, I think. I think that wind should turn. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, so we've got 54 yards in, it's 5 feet up, so it's playing about 56, but this tends to run out a little bit on me anyway. So I'm just going to loft that slightly, take account for the wind, and that wind should move it in a bit. Perfect. Pin high. And in she goes. Okay, on to the 6, 501 yard par 4. I think this is where the course, naturally anyway, regardless of the conditions, tends to just get a little bit tricky. Especially considering it's a 501 yard par 4 into a 14-mile-an-hour wind. So that's definitely going to cause some issues. So I think we're just going to take it at that bunker. The wind should hold it up nicely. Yeah, that's perfect. I don't think I needed to try and take it any further down the right hand side. And it literally went 279 yards on the button, so we're going to have quite a long one in. 217. Wow. 217 in. It's into a 14-mile-an-hour wind. What to do now is the next thing, because last thing I want to do is put myself in a position where I'm going to leave myself with a really tough putt. That's certainly not what we want to do. The 2-iron flies pretty well in the wind, but it's just how well is this going to actually fly? I'm going to hit it. A bit of a slow backswing on that, so it's going to take a couple of yards off it. Might actually work out pretty well. Oh, look at that. Wow. I could not have placed that any better. That was a absolutely phenomenal shot. I'm actually glad I had a bit of a slow backswing there. That worked out perfectly. And another birdie. Okay, into no. These wins are not easy at all. Right, up to 9 subscribers or 9 watchers at the moment. How you doing, guys? So for any of the guys there that are leaving some comments and stuff like that, just to give you a heads up that I'm gonna take a look at them in around the 9th hole, and we'll obviously give some comment back on that, but not going to pay too much attention to you for the time being, just because we've had a pretty good start here to the round, so I think we're just going to keep that going. I'm going to go with the 4-iron, just slightly lofted, because I don't think a 5-iron's going to get there, even with a bit of de-loft on it. Oh, I hit it fast. Oh, I think it could be the right yardage though. Yeah, it was decent. It's getting better as it goes on, so it mightn't actually be too far away. No, not a bad shot. Down a foot though, so it's definitely going to be quite a slippy putt down the hill. Again, just it's all about making sure we give ourselves an opportunity for par. Oof. See, there you go, just very, very quick down that hill. So important to not hit that too far past. So we went 8-foot past. We've got a bit of work to do here, just to get par. The first line I didn't like that. A bit more braking than I really want. Oh, there we go. Needed that one badly. I've had a very, very good start so far, so we just want to make sure that we keep that going. Okay, another perfect drive. Had a little fast swing. Oh, kick left. Yeah, keep kicking left. That'll do. Just didn't want to be stuck on that slope. That's for sure. 145 yards in, up 10 feet, so 148. Nice strong breeze in there, so it's hard to know how much to actually take off this. Got on a little bit of a downslope at the moment as well, so let me just take a look here. I think if we can... Left of the flag is definitely where we want to be. It's just how far left do we actually want to go. So I'm going to aim it there, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so it's definitely left of the flag. It's too far left. Sit down, sit down. No, decent. Exactly where we wanted to be. Okay, so a little bit of brake on this. We're just going to hang it out there. Oh, what? That took a break, right? Wow, I didn't see that. Okay then. Thought I hit a pretty decent putt there, just didn't really quite catch that line, so another one slipping away, but again we've got plenty of holes there, so 12 under is the score, and that is actually Tim we have to beat, I'm assuming, unless Phil puts on an absolutely magic show over the last 3 holes. It seems to be the 12 under is what we're aiming for. So I think if we get a birdie here now, that would be absolutely massive, heading into the back nine. 14-mile-an-hour wind. Wow. What's down here? Okay, don't think we need to aim as far right as the crowd is anyway, but I think maybe just a little there should be enough to kick us down off that slope. Yeah, there we go. That's, oh, look at that. That took a nice little kick there and put it back into the middle of the fairway. Awkward slope though, and horrible wind to hit it into. So I think the wind should hold that one up. And I think we're going to need to add a little bit onto that. Okay, be on the number. Be on the number. Oh, stop spinning, stop spinning, stop spinning. Yeah, perfect. Nice little uphill putt. It's nice to actually have an uphill putt here for once. I seem to have given myself quite a few downhill putts so far. Nice and firm, middle of the cup, 7 under through 9. Right, so we're going to take a little break here. Going to go back through the comments just to see, as promised. Just trying to load this all up now. Should have had this prepared, to be honest. So I do apologise on that. Okay, so we all vote Steam. Perfect. Doing it with the scores. Well done. Let's see what call those. These wins are identical to mine. Yeah, to be honest, with societies, they have it programmed so that everyone plays in the same conditions, which is really good in my opinion. Just I suppose it kind of gives that element of fairness then that everyone plays in the same conditions, and then it really just comes down to being the best man wins. Leave some birdies for next week, Cathal. To be honest, I thought I had them all last week. It was 15 under through 18 holes there. So so yeah, there's definitely been a couple of birdies so far. Okay, 941, what a shot. I'm not too sure what shot that was. I'm hoping that was the 2-iron shot, because that was out of the top drawer kind of stuff. Absolutely. What else have we got here? So North has joined us. What's the crack, Stephen? How y'all keeping? So yeah, what we're going to do is just going to get stuck into the back nine here, and let's see if we can keep this run going. So far, so good. We've been playing pretty decent. Made some really, really good birdies earlier on. I think we went 6 under through 6. Took a run of 2 pars, and then back on the birdie trail again through 9 holes. So 7 under through 9. We know what the score to reach is. So at least 5 under on the back 9 is what's required. So it's time to go ahead and go do that. So I know that the 10th hole, from my own memory anyway, is pretty short. It says 409 yards there, but the massive dog leg left on that is definitely going to be the thing that shortens this hole up a little bit. It should be no more than a pitch shot in for the second shot. So how far can we actually? We're actually going to go and try and take an awful lot off this, simply because I feel like we can. Let's loft it up to try and take that wind, kick it down over the hill, and that should kick out nicely. Slow down there. Yeah, absolutely perfect. Okay, so 58 yards there. It's up 5 feet, so that's going to play a little bit longer than we're used to. Do you know what? Long mightn't actually be a bad shot here. Like, if we're looking at that there, there's not much break in it, and just having that uphill putt is definitely something we're going to try and give ourselves that opportunity more and more. So I'm just going to put a little bit behind that. Oh, that was close. Definitely making that very, very easy work for ourselves. So I think that time in the range seems to have done us some good. Definitely was having a bit of a shakier time earlier on playing. Hit a couple of weird hooks and slices in the middle of the round. It was just very inconsistent, where at least the bit of time in the range, just hitting a few balls and stuff like that, has seemed to loosen things up a little bit, and we're definitely hitting things a bit more consistent. And another one down the middle again. Okay, 141 in. We've got, what, 6 miles an hour. It's playing roughly the 142 regardless, and I think, to be honest, we just need to throw a little bit on this. The slope isn't that much, so I'm just gonna... Where's the ideal place to leave this again? Again, it's definitely short left. Another decent strike. It's leaking a bit right. That looks like a really, really good shot, but I think the putt is going to have a bit more break than I'd like it to. Actually, it's not that bad. And in she goes. Okay, okay. What are we? 9 under? 9 under through 11 holes? Okay. Par 3s here are notoriously tough. That's one thing I know for absolute certainty. We've got 183 yards. You really don't want to be long here. Everything long here pretty much runs off the green, or at least near enough does. Oh, I think I might just de-loft it a little bit. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit. Oh, come on, there we go. That was a really weird noise to make. Apologies for that. Okay, a little bit of break there at the start. Again, it's going to give you enough to pay attention to. Kind of jumped there a bit. I don't know if anyone else spotted that, but it kind of had a half lag there, so not entirely sure what happened there. The 13 to 500 yards. That's another really long par 4. It's exceptionally long. Okay, bunkers down the right hand side. We can avoid those. That'd be really handy. Perfect. Oh, I just got the wrong kick off that mound. Maybe if I'd lofted it a bit more, I might have rode the wind a bit better. So what are we? 186. Definitely not going to hit in that 5-iron. I know it's up the hill, but like if I hit that, we're going way up the back of the green. I have a feeling I could hit this, and if I hit it well enough, that should pitch on the front of the green and kind of trickle up. I'm hoping. Yeah, there we go. Absolutely on the money. Can't I play like this all the time? Again, a weird little stuttery lag on the putt, but again, it was never in doubt at all. Okay, so yeah, so we are one shot off the lead, but there's still some way to go, and this par 3 I do not like. I will hands up say to you now that I really, really, really don't like this par 3. The green just moves in every direction possible, which pretty much sucks. I'm just going to have a look there. So everything seems to be falling to the left, or falling from left to right, I should say. Except for if I hit it too far left. So if I hit a fast swing, it's definitely not going to be good enough. Okay, we just need to be on the money with it, really. Could probably go with the 5-iron and just loft it up. Or could we go with one? How far is this going to bring us? No, that's definitely not going to get there. Okay, just going to aim it slightly right at the flag. I probably shouldn't have aimed it that far right, actually, knowing the way the green breaks, which you can start to see, falls all the way to the right. Stay there, stay there. Okay, so we've it's not the easiest of putts, but again, we've had some tougher ones and we've held them in this round. So we're always in with a chance. Just need to make sure that we give this the attention it deserves. It's up a foot, 20 feet away. There could be a pretty good distance to hit it at, or a pretty good line, I should say. Ooh, that putter has been on fire today. Absolutely on fire. So we are tied for the lead. Everything that happens from this point on could be massive. We could have a 2 in a row here. In the events, we could also have a bit of a collapse, and they're known in British Open history anyway that to happen very, very easily. So it's about playing smart from this point on. So what we're going to do is, that looks okay anyway. Those bunkers don't look like they're in reach at all. Okay, we're 229 out. 2 iron's going to run. It's just it's what the club does. The club rarely disappoints in distance. So what we need to make sure here is if we can get a low, kind of a low, not really a stinger, but just trying to fight it underneath the wind and see. I'm just going to try and judge how that slope works. So everything's going to fall to the right, which is perfect because everything is going to fall to the right off the lie I'm on. So it's going to hit this one nice and low and try and chase it up. Come on, kick on, kick on. Just in between clubs, but look, again, it's not a bad shot. We've a great opportunity here to get this one closer, even hole it, if that's possible at this stage. I'm going to give that plenty of spin just so we don't run this one a bit too far past him, a bit overzealous. Oh, close, very, very close. Okay, let's take that birdie into a one-shot lead. Okay, here we go. So again, I can see some comments flying in there. Again, not paying the most attention to those right now. There's a tournament on the line here, big time, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't half shitting myself. There we go. Balls of steel down the middle. Oh, maybe the 3 wood might have been a better club there. We're definitely after giving or leaving ourselves a little bit to do here, because I don't have a club in between. I have the sand wedge, or I have a pitching wedge. We're into the wind, playing on a bit of an upslope here. Everything falls towards the left, but that wind should kind of bring that back. It's up 7 feet. Okay, so we're talking about 119. I don't think we really need to take much off this. Just with that slope we're into. What's beyond the flag? Is it disaster to go a bit beyond? Not really. I think it'd be more of a disaster to be short. Looks good. Yeah, that's perfect. I'll take that. Tricky little putt though. Maybe didn't pay too much attention to the line that was going to be there. Would have preferred to be a bit more over to the left hand side as we're looking at it from here. It's down 4 inches, so it definitely is going downhill quite a bit. Don't want to. I'm just going to give this another read. Last thing we need is to be sending this one trundling down the hill. Okay, it is going to break. How much is it going to break? 4 inches. It's going to move fast. Oh, sneaks it in. Sneaks it in, I'll be honest. Now, I was really nervous over that. Actually, my TV is just about to turn itself off, so I'm just going to fix that quickly. And back, okay. Right, 2 holes to go. Par 5, definitely. If I'm not too sure where that pin placement is, I should have actually looked at the fly over there. Okay, it's tucked in beside that bunker there. If I don't need to go for this in 2, which I probably don't, I might just send one up the up short of the green and let it run up. No point doing anything too stupid at this time. Milo, it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to win. The neighbour just passed by the door and it's okay. You don't need to growl at them. My dog's having a bit of a growling session here against the neighbour. I don't know what you could call what that sounded like, but and the panting now as well. Wow. Okay, so how... Okay, that pin position looks pretty accessible, so I'm actually just going to have a crack at it. Probably going to be a bit short, actually. Yeah, that's fine. That'll do. Leaving myself an uphill putt. I'd rather leave myself a putt up the hill than a putt down, because there's just no control on how fast that's going to come down. Not in this game, anyway. I find it really, really hard to get the judge of speed down the hill. So again, 32 feet away. We've been pretty decent with the putter so far. So again, we're just looking to knock this one close. There's quite a bit of break off the left towards the end of the putt. The start of the putt again breaks quite a lot to the left. So I'm thinking if we can just hit it there and just let it ride down into the hole. Oh, just breeze past. A solid effort, absolutely solid effort. They can't all go in, but an absolutely solid effort. Okay, another birdie. To be honest, I don't. I sound more relieved than actually excited by the whole thing. But I suppose it's just trying to keep calm is one thing, because no matter what is going on, I'll always be that little bit nervous. There's a lot riding on this. Some absolutely top players playing at the moment, and you want to have those bragging rights. Okay, there we go. Down the middle again. I think we've hit every fairway so far, and possibly every green to go along with it. So we're we're 15 under through 17 holes. We have 171 yards. We're going to have a bit of rollout here, that's regardless. So we're just going to loft it up the slightest touch. Let it out there kind of at just the right hand side of the flag. And that should start to move in off that wind. Perfect, exactly where we wanted it. There, about 12 feet, yeah, 12 feet short of the hole. Slightly uphill. I know it's not really saying that at the moment, which is kind of strange, but again, we're just going to give this the exact same attention we've given everything so far. It's going to break a lot at the very end, so I'm giving it a little bit more here. Oh, and in she goes. What a way to finish. I really can't describe how, in words, I suppose, how awesome of a round that was. I hope you really enjoyed watching that so far. So there's been a lot of comments flying in there so far, so I'm going to go back and just check on these here. Cracking front nine. Thanks, guys. Absolutely. Massive thank you for that. Unreal Golf makes my 8 under look embarrassing, to be honest. Not at all. Not really sure what happened there. Again, not really sure what happened back last week as well, but so far I tend to be playing some fantastic golf when I tend to play these events, bar the first week. The first week, God knows what happened there. Tim Wilson does another 15 on the way here. Sadly, it was actually a 16 under. So yeah, that's another win in the bag for Ireland. So go Team Green. Give him the prize now, Phil. Us mere mortals can't compete. This is better than the final day at the Masters. Yeah, no, do you know what? Right, as much of a compliment as that actually is, maybe not. But I will be honest with you. There was, I suppose, early in the back nine there, when kind of hunting down Phil and Tim there, it did get really exciting. It got really exciting there for a period of a couple of holes. So that was fun. What's the global course record here? God only knows. But we'll be sure to check it out anyway. A massive congratulations, Cathal. What a round of golf you've produced. Thoroughly deserved. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Absolutely massive thanks. Hope you all really enjoyed it. Again, apologies for not paying too much attention to you. I figured the golf was a bit more important. I think that was the difference between streaming this time and streaming Pebble Beach. I think I was too focused on entertaining than actually playing. So I kind of put you on the back seat for this round. So guys, absolutely massive thank you for joining me in for this week. We had an awful lot of fun. Some fantastic scores there from the guys. From Lee, Phil, and Tim. Absolutely fantastic work, and it's awesome to be able to share a leaderboard with guys like that. And I cannot wait for next week. I absolutely cannot. We're going for 3 in a row. Will my luck wear out? Who knows? Luck of the Irish is there at the moment, but sometimes we need a little bit of downtime, a little bit of break, and try to recover and go again. So guys, hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. I did, as you can tell. Smash that like button. If you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe to the channel. Massively appreciate all the subscribers we've had over the last couple of weeks. And yeah, thanks for joining us in. Have a lovely evening, and I will chat to you all very soon.